WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Scotland. Today I have a Tomintoul. Today I have something from Claxton's. Very interesting bottle, to be honest. Looks like a major league, massive, humongous, the word I heard recently on TV, perfume flask bottle. So Claxton have been in business now since 2005. I actually interviewed in English on my YouTube channel here the brand ambassador as well as the distribution leader for Claxton. So he was here in Germany, and I had the possibility to actually talk a little bit about the history of Claxton. I like their products. They pick out very, very nice products. If you look at the world of whiskey brokers, whiskey cask brokers, so you have different tiers. So you have basically the chance to buy casks in lots of 100. And so you have the first tier people who get them, the second tier people who gets what's left over from the first tier people, the third tier, the fourth tier, and basically I would be fifth tier. And so basically 4 people have refused refused the cask before I even the chance to buy it, because I'm not in the first tiers, yeah? Now, Claxton would be up in the second, hopefully in the second tier already, because they have many, many, many connections within the whiskey world from generations, even though they just started in 2015. So this was distilled on the 17th of May, 2005, very interesting, and it was bottled on the 1st of June, 2020. So I'm now filming this at the end of August, so it got here within basically June, July, August, 3 months. So that's not bad, especially since we've had the coronavirus over here and as well worldwide pandemic. They shut down the bottling lines in Scotland for up to 6 weeks in some places even a little bit longer. And now they're working on that backlog of bottles now to get them out as fast as possible. 56.6% alcohol by volume, 255 bottles. I have bottle number 243. So let's let this have a chance to time. Oh, there you go. The labels have different colors, so if it's purple, it's going to be Speyside. Sherry cask number 2091, a minus or -21. Whiskey base number 166921, and this is, I paid 105 euros. So we're talking around 135, 140 dollars American. Yeah, I'm going to compare it, as you know. I actually have here, I don't think I did a German, I did not do an English version of this one because I was not impressed by it. I was not impressed by this either, but I decided to put the two of these at least on one English video. Now this is the original bottling of Tomintoul. This is a cask strength. This is barrel number OS5, Oloroso Sherry cask number 5. This was actually distilled on the 13th of October 2004 and bottled in September 2018. So it's 13 years old. Yeah, and it's 59.2%. Now, what I'm not really sure about, if you look at the color of these two bottles, you will notice immediately light, dark. Even when I smell them, I'm going to get old sherry, old school sherry. Oh, new school sherry. This is darker, has a little bit of a phosphor moment, a little bit of that match moment there. Here, this says Oloroso, this says sherry. So what type of sherry is it? Now, Claxton, you can sue me, but if I know correctly, if I'm informed correctly, on the label you only have to put the last barrel that this was in. If you give the bottling date and the distillation date, that does not mean automatically that this has been in that one sherry barrel for the entire time. I also have a little bit of problem with the thing that's a sherry cask, and it's 255 bottles. If it's a butt, you're going to get 500 plus. So what is it? Is it a sherry hogshead? Now, to be very honest, I'm learning more and more about sherry casks. Thank you, Ralphie, and other people who have helped me along this journey. Hogsheads are not used in the Solera process. This is something that's basically only made for the whiskey industry up in Scotland. No problems with that. And since this is sherry, it could be a combination of different types of things. It's not an Oloroso, it's not a Pedro Jimenez, it's not a Palo Cortado, it's not even something else that's basically one of those mystery sherries that may be turned into a type of sherry vinegar afterwards, which is also just fine. But I have the feeling that this was almost finished. It doesn't say so anywhere. It doesn't say so that it wasn't. And so I'm a little bit in the suspicion that this was not the entire time in a sherry cask. 15 years. All right. I did not like the sherry cask number either. 2091. 2091, no? And then the 21, who knows? This was very nice. OS5, the 5th Oloroso sherry cask they ever filled. Perfect numbering. Old school, as I said, new school. More of a turbo maturation is what I'm getting here. All right, 56.6. Towards the end, I get a tiny little bit of a coffee mocha. Let's just call it mocha moment. Interesting. There's nothing wrong with this whiskey. All right, very, very important. Nothing wrong. This is a very solid whiskey. Now, along your bourbon journey, it's a long way to become a bourbon expert, but a great journey. You go through different phases. In the beginning, you try some standards, you usually go off into different directions. You become a peat head or a sherry head, and you converge once again. And then you like to have those bourbon cask bottlings, maybe even single cask, 15, 18 years old. And then you go in a different direction. You may rediscover those. Some of the standards go, wow, those are actually very, very nice, for a nice price. And then you go back off in little tangents and you do little things. I am at the moment of my journey that I'm not a great fan of sherried whiskeys. They're starting to taste a little bit pedestrian, a little bit just nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing. It just doesn't rock my boat. And that's what my problem is here. As I said, I cannot find anything wrong, but nothing here actually goes, wow. And that's my problem here. So I'm going to add a few drops of water. 1, 2, 3. Let it set for a moment. Go back over here to this one. Actually, I was more disappointed with this one. The nose is actually kind of interesting. But when you taste it, it feels like that sherry butt had been used more than one time. Let's just say that. There's a lot more of a tired wood moment in this one. I was fairly disappointed, to be honest. This was almost as expensive as this. Some people would really probably like this. I'm not a big fan of it, personally. This is a solid C whiskey. This is a solid C+ whiskey. The water brings out a little bit more of a caramel moment in the middle. There's an interesting fruit moment, stewed fruits, caramel, mocha, and a tiny little bit of wood towards the end. A nice whiskey, as I said, C+ whiskey. Some people might like and go, "Ow, it's a B." At this moment in my journey of my whiskey experience, it's definitely not a B. And now I'm going to talk about the value for money. It's 105 euros for a single cask, cask strength. Why 255 bottles from a sherry cask? I don't know. I'm actually going to give it a C-. So my system is A, why haven't you bought it? B, buy it. C, you can buy it. D, you don't need to buy it. F, why was this even made? This is one of the things that tastes very nice. It's about 20 euros too expensive in my opinion. If it would have been 85 euros, I would have went, oh, that's kind of good. That's a good price. Maybe I'm paying 20 euros for the bottle. I don't know. Maybe I'm paying 20 euros for Claxton. But there's so many independent bottlers out there now, especially in Germany, that do exactly what they're doing. Single cask, non-chilled filtered, no color added, cask strength whiskeys. And so they're no longer the, special, but rather I have the problem that there's, in the German market, there'd be literally over 100 bottles a year that enter the German market exactly like this. Somewhere between 8 and 20 years of age, single cask, either sherry or not sherried, either peated or not peated, non-chilled filtered, independent bottler, boom. No way in the world can you buy all of those, even try all of those for that matter. And so I like Claxton, I like their concept, I like their ethos, I like what they're doing. This bottle just didn't tickle my fancy, didn't rock my boat as it should have or could have. All right, thank you very much for watching. Question of the day. First of all, what do you think of the bottle? I personally hate it on my shelf. Either it takes up too much space or I don't know what it is. So if they would have put a label on the side as well, I would have been very, very happy with that, because I store this bottle like that. Not like this, because it blocks the space for 2 other bottles. And the second question I have is, have you had anything from Claxton? I'm not even sure if they're importing into the States or not. I know they're doing Europe. I think they were doing Australia. I know they're doing UK and so on, but are they actually doing anything in the States? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe they will one day. If you find a bottle from Claxton, I would just give it a go and try it. The worst you're going to get is, like I said, a solid whiskey where I can't find any mistakes. Very nice. Nice as the little brother from well. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell others, maybe even share this video on other social media platforms. That'd be great of you, and thank you very much for all your support. WhiskyJason here. Bye-bye.